How's it going? That's Elelwyn. It's Elelwyn. And we are officially at the final video of the Super Mario ASMR series. Today, folks, we are going to beat Bowser together. So, as you can see, I'm all outfitted and ready to go with my cape and my blue Yoshi. But, as you'll also see, I still managed to screw up unbelievably throughout the course of this. So, we're going to get a lot of rambling done as I try to avoid cringing in horrific disgust while watching this. So, previous two videos I hope you guys enjoyed that husband participated in. We had a lot of fun playing Mario Kart, especially. That one was really fun. And it was the first time that we tried doing audio while playing, so that was kind of new for me. I almost always do voiceover. I always do voiceover, except for that instance. That was the first time I'd ever not done voiceover. So, that was kind of fun. And I think even husband had fun, so we're going to try and make that into a series where we go through Mario Kart together. It's not going to be, I guess, ASMR-y, it's more just for fun, but fun videos are fun too. You don't need to always have relaxing content all the time, I don't think. I know I really enjoyed when, like, Pixbum53 had her, just her regular vlogs. Like, those were fun to listen to. So I hope you guys enjoy those, even if they aren't especially relaxing per se. So this level is the Sunken Ship, and it's always been one of my favorites. I thoroughly enjoy the Sunken Ship, even if right now I'm doing unbelievably bad at it, especially at that moment right there. That was pretty awful. So, I enjoy this next little section of the Sunken Ship. I find it a lot of fun, where you just fall through the sky. And also you'll notice that the Koopas are now wearing Mario masks. That's one of the effects of beating the special section of Star Road. So now all the Koopas are in disguises, and the Bullet Bills are now Pidget Bills. They shoot little birds. It's kind of like pre-Angry Birds. And yeah, you'll get to see a couple little differences like that. So that was the Sunken Ship, nice and quick. And we move into the Valley of Bowser, which is supposed to be the final section of the game, and because of the order I did this playthrough, it is for us too. So, now we move on to the first level, and again, I don't think it's really especially wise of me to do this as small Mario, but it's an executive decision I made at the time, I guess, and so there you have it. I think, oh no, it's not back here. This is another one of those levels where you get a moon up, which I confirmed it is a 3-up. So I'll probably go searching for the moon, because as we all know, that's pretty much my favorite part of this game, is getting those moon ups. Or it's one of my favorite parts. Ooh, but first, let's get big again. Turn into Big Mario. And this is a fun little thing too. You have to use the enemy to get to the other side. There it is, the moon. Woohoo! Very exciting. Now, this part I think I just have to grin and bear it, because the two moles just keep going back and forth. Yeah, it's a nuisance, but yep. Now, oh, that was slick. I forgot I did that. Well, turns out doing it as small Mario wasn't such a bad decision. So, we move on to the next level. And the next one, I can't remember if I screw up on this one or not, but it's an interesting level. It's really annoying to beat normally, but getting the secret is not so bad. Unless you have a Yoshi, in which case it's really, really easy to beat normally, because the Yoshis let you do a special thing, I guess. You can take a secret Yoshi exit that it counts as if you've done the regular exit, but you just don't have to actually go through the level. And I think that's what I do, because going through the whole level is really long and annoying. So I'm pretty sure I go back and get a Yoshi at some point and just do the Yoshi exit. And for some reason I can't get out of here. I don't know what the deal is, but Mario just doesn't want to jump high enough. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, I'm trying to think about anything else to talk about when we go through the levels. It's Christmas in 2 days, which is kind of crazy, because as I mentioned in a previous video, I recorded all of these in an order, but in one of the videos tonight, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. There's no snow. Pretty much no one puts up Christmas lights here, so it doesn't feel Christmassy at all compared to what I'm used to. So it feels really weird and wrong that it's Christmas in 2 days. Yeah, I can't believe that tomorrow is Christmas Eve. That's just the strangest thing ever for me. But I hope you guys are getting excited, getting stoked. Hopefully everyone can be where they want to be this Christmas. If you want to be home for the holidays, I hope that you get to do that. And if you're going abroad, a lot of my friends are going traveling for the holidays, going to warm, exotic locations. So if you're one of those, I hope you have an awesome time doing that too. So I'll be doing my best to enjoy what we have here. We're going to be having a very unorthodox Christmas feast, just for the two of us, for Chuck and I, of kimchi, onigiri, sushi, potatoes, lamb steak, and possibly kale namu. So it's really, and maybe some corn if I'm feeling ambitious. But yeah, we're having a very, very strange Christmas dinner. But I'm looking forward to Skyping with the families. It should be a lot of fun, and I know at least on Chuck's side, there should be a lot of excitement because of the baby being due as well. So that should be quite something to hear about that. I imagine there will be a flurry of activity. So that could be cool. And I know with my family, we're going to try and play a board game over Skype. So that should also be interesting. I mentioned in one of the videos that I did that it's a tradition for us to play Wits and Wagers. If you guys are familiar with Will Wheaton's Tabletop, they do an episode where they play Wits and Wagers. So you can kind of get an idea for what the game is. But if you don't feel like clicking over to another video, it's basically a game where you try to guess a numerical answer, and the closest answer wins, but you have to bet on what you think is the closest answer out of everybody's answers. So it's about wits, knowing the right answer or being the closest, and wagers, because whoever has the most points at the end wins, and you win points by wagering on the correct answer. So we're going to try and do that. Someone over Skype is going to write down my answers for me and place my bets for me. So we'll see how that goes. That should be interesting, to say the least. And one of my really good friends from back home, she spent Christmas with my family like every year. She's as much part of the family as I am, and I think she's going to be there as well. So that'll be really nice. I haven't had a chance to Skype with her since I left for the UK, because she's been really busy. We're both doing our master's programs, her in Ontario and me, obviously, here in the UK. So it'll be nice to talk to her again and brush up on my French, because the only French I get is my videos that I do for you guys. So I'm probably extremely rusty. But here we'll get to see the Yoshi exit. And I've done this previously. There's a couple levels that have Yoshi exits. And this is one of them. I think I've only taken the Yoshi exit maybe once or twice. In any case, this is what it is. You basically just get a bunch of free coins, which is quite handy, especially if you're low on lives. Otherwise, it doesn't really do anything except give you a higher score, which is kind of nice, I suppose, but not really necessary. And I'm still, like, in my mind, I'm wincing as I miss those 2 coins as they glide off the screen. The perfectionism's real. So now we do the Bowser Ghost House. And I can't remember whether I do it the secret way or the normal way first, but I do remember that I screw up immediately. So you'll get to see both. Now, the secret way is usually really, really hard to get. At least I find it really challenging. But somehow I managed to one-shot it this time, which was very exciting and very unexpected. Because, like I said, usually I screwed up royally multiple times before finally getting it. It looks like I do the secret way first. Because it's all about timing. Now, as I watch this, I think there might be an easier way to do it. But this is the way I've always done it in the past. So this is me saving state, that little pause. I think if you press the P button, you can physically move up with the coins instead of waiting for them. But I find I often miss it, so I lucked out and I managed to get it right on the right number of spaces up and over. So that's the secret for that one, and then beating it the regular way is quite simple. You just go to the door before it, so nothing too snazzy. But it's kind of interesting how it's like an amalgamation of all the other ghost houses. You can see like the green balloon things from, I think it's the third ghost house or the second one, and then you can see, just different pieces from different ghost houses. And I'm not going through all the doors, but if you go through all the doors, you can see more references to previous ghost houses, if I'm not mistaken. So that was nice and simple. And now normally this next level is quite easy, but I just wasn't all there, I guess, when I attempted it. So yeah, normally you just fly right through this thing, and that didn't happen. Right now it looks like I'm doing fine, but just wait, it gets worse. Because I can't seem to... Yep. First I lose the Yoshi, then I lose Mario, and then I lose the level. It's only a matter of time now. But, I think in this particular recording, there's a fair amount of me going back to Star Road or the top secret area or all that stuff to get outfitted. Oh, I'm getting tired. Looks like the yawns are coming back, but... And by yawns, I don't mean people named Yawn. I mean, like, yawning with your mouth. So I'm almost caught up. Excuse me, it'll be, yeah, tomorrow I'll only do 2 videos, and then I'll do my Christmas video on Christmas Day, as I always do. Although I probably won't be waking up early on Christmas Day. That's going to be unusual, too. I almost always wake up at, like, 6 on Christmas Day, but now there's no reason to wake up early, really. So I'll actually sleep in. That'll be the weirdest thing, probably. Me not waking up super early, or my mom not waking me up super early. Because I almost always, I'm almost always up well before the sun on Christmas Day. That's gonna be interesting. But husband still has his gift to open, so that's nice. I discovered mine, so I don't get a Christmas gift this year. Well, it was my fault. I'm not sure if I told this story or not, but basically I bought myself something off a wish list because I confirmed from my family that no one had bought it for me already, but I didn't confirm with Chuck that he hadn't bought it already for me. So I ended up buying myself what he got me, which is bad. I should know better, but done now. But he still gets his gift, so that's nice. Hopefully he'll like that. Excuse me. Oof, it's gonna be hard waking up early tomorrow morning. I haven't been waking up early lately at all. I've been going to bed really late because husband works nights, so I've just kind of gotten into the same cycle that he was in, because he always, not his fault, but like I would always wake up when he came in from night shift. So now I just don't get sleepy until that time, because I'm so used to being woken up at that point anyway. But hopefully I can get to sleep after I finish this video and just upload everything and go to bed and be ready for my long bike ride tomorrow morning over to the concert area. Ready for my 5 hours of waiting in line. Oh, I've never done that for anything. I can't believe I really have nothing better to do on Christmas Eve. So that's gonna be interesting. I'll have to tell you guys about that, how that went. Hopefully, though, the carol service will make me feel more Christmassy, because right now it feels like any other day. It doesn't feel like Christmas at all. So I'm hoping that after a Christmas Eve service I'll feel more festival-y. Festival-y? What am I? Wow, I'm tired. More festive is what I was trying to say. Hopefully I'll feel more festive. Excuse me. And although this year's Advent series has been a unique challenge, I have enjoyed making all these videos for you guys, and I hope that you've enjoyed listening to them too. I know some of you have, because you've always commented saying that you enjoy them, but I hope even those who aren't commenting are enjoying too. And maybe you've even learned something about Super Mario World, and if, with any luck, you've discovered a secret or how to do something that you always wanted to know how to do, but never could. Maybe. I'd like to think at least one person benefits from the walkthrough aspect of this, too. Or maybe you've all just sat there cringing at my ineptitude, same as me. Who knows? No matter how you enjoyed, I hope you enjoyed in some way. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to talk about. Nothing at all is coming to mind. My brain is just completely drained of ideas and thought and everything. I just feel like I have a gooey mass in my head that is not made of neurons, or if it is made of neurons, they're not firing. But hopefully you guys will be understanding, as you usually are, and will be okay with the fact that this has been quite the home stretch for me. Trying to get all these videos done in a much shorter time span than anticipated. And I did comment on this at one point, and I think I mentioned it in another video, but just in case you missed it, there will be a Fairyland video before the end of the year. I promised I'd do one a year. So, I haven't done one this year, so I will do one this year. I'm not sure exactly when it'll come out, but it'll be before 2015. Somehow. I'll find a way. So, I know there's a lot of subscribers that I have that are just there for the Fairyland series, so I do know you guys are there, and I will make that video before the end of the year. Wow, I'm sorry guys, I'm just pooped. Having difficulty just even staying awake for this video, let alone talking for the next however long I have. I'm trying a different way of recording narration. I'm trying it like directly in the program instead of doing it separately. I'm still doing voiceover, but I never noticed that Windows Movie Maker has a record a narration option. I always just kind of played the video and did the recording simultaneously, but that's why my audio is usually out of sync. So I'm trying it this way, see if it works. Hopefully it does. That would be really nice. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it'll make for easier narration in the future, except for the Mario Kart series. If husband and I do decide to make that a full-out series, I think that kind of game is more suited to having the recording happen while you're playing, because you get more silly banter and stuff. Hopefully no one's offended by it, though. I'm not usually that loose-lipped, if you will, when I'm playing. When I'm playing for videos, and not just by myself or with husband. So, hopefully everyone enjoys that. More of a vlog style, normal voice type thing. But there we go. We beat that level both ways. And now, oh, never mind, I forgot about the bonus thing. Not that it matters, I'm at 99 lives, but just still have to do it anyway. So now I think I do the fortress, if I'm not mistaken. Because I like to save the castle for last. And by the castle, I mean, Larry's castle, not Bowser's castle. Bowser's castle obviously comes last. Now, this is definitely the hardest of the fortresses. This is very unusual that I get this in the first try. I'd say a good 80% of the time, it takes me a number of tries and a lot of save state, low state before I get this one right. because of these spiky pokey thingies. They are quite a nuisance. Especially up here, they get faster, so it's harder to dodge them. You have to have better timing, I guess, I find. And you're often tempted to go when you realistically shouldn't. Like, you want to go immediately, but you really should wait until you have a better opportunity. But mercifully, I made it through that, no problem, relatively unscathed. And we dispatch of Reznor with our usual alacrity. And after this, friends, we move on to Larry's castle. Now, when you beat this fortress, it does unlock the way to the back door. I'm not going to do the back door in this game just because all it is a shortcut through the castle. Instead of having to go through Bowser's castle, you just go directly to do the boss fight with Bowser. Normally that's what I do, but because I'm doing this for video purposes, I do the whole thing normally. And this is another one of those levels where you can fly through it, but it's extremely hard. And usually takes a number of tries, so I'm just doing it the regular way this time. But if you're so inclined, you can just fly through this level as well. You don't have to go on this little brown snake thing, whatever it is. Yep. It does go faster if you fly, obviously, but like I said, it's much harder. So we're just moseying along. I don't find this castle especially difficult. I find Wendy's castle is actually much harder than this one because of those pointy thingies. But this one's still not the easiest of the castles, obviously. It's not bad. Just about average, I would say. So we're almost at the end of this little section. Boom. There we go. Now this part is annoying. Especially if you don't have a cape. Now in my case I do, but I'm still a complete idiot and do what I just did there. But normally you'd have to wait for the little sorcerer dude to shoot those blocks for you, otherwise you can't get through. And but with the cape it allows you to go through it immediately without having to wait for Mr. Sorcerer Magikoopa Man. Magikoopa, yeah, that's what they're called. I'm thinking about maybe doing a series with more of like an RPG style game, so like a Lufia 2 or a Chrono Trigger or something like that. If anyone's interested in that kind of series, just let me know in the comments down below. And here we are at Larry. I think it's Larry anyway. And he is obviously reminiscent of the very, very first boss, Iggy. I guess there's some sibling resemblance. And you dispatch him with generally as much ease as you would Iggy. So I'll read the little ending script. You get to see how Mario gets rid of the castle again, because it's different every time. This is when he just drop kicks. Mario has defeated Larry Koopa in Castle Number 7. All that is left is Bowser's Castle, where Princess Toadstool is being held. Can Mario rescue her and restore peace to Dinosaur Land? I don't even know we were in Dinosaur Land. I guess I didn't read the intro. But here we are, guys. We're at the front door of Bowser's Castle. But since we're at the front door of Bowser's Castle, it's the final boss. I want to make sure I'm 100% prepared, so I'm going to go back to the top secret area and get myself 2 feathers instead of just the 1. Now, Bowser's Castle can be done in a lot of different ways. You'll notice when I get in there, there are a lot of different doors. And you can only take 2 out of 8 different doors. So, yeah, I'm only going to show you 2 of the doors, and they're the ones that I find to be the easiest and the most beneficial. As in, they give you 1-ups, or they give you capes, feathers, that kind of thing. But you can do Bowser's Castle in any number of different ways. So when you come across the first set of 4 doors, I always go through number 3. And it always reminds me of playing cards. I call it the playing card door. But it's quite simple. You just go up. You can get a free 1-up over here on the left. And go through, down, down, over. And there you're through. So it's basically just a free 1-up. And then in the next set of 4, I always go to the last door, which is door number 8. And this one, again, is quite simple as well. There's nothing serious that happens here. You can basically just go through it. You can get a cape there, which is why I usually do it in case something happens. It's nice to be able to have an instant cape. So, if you did the back door, I believe this is where you end up, or you end up a little bit farther in this section. Back door basically just brings you here, though, or to Bowser. Whereas normally you'd have to go through what I just showed you. So here we are, guys. The final boss, Bowser himself. He's descending in his weird Pokemon-looking vehicle. Kind of reminds me of Jinx from Pokemon. Could just be me. I don't know. But yeah, Bowser in all his 2 different colors glory. So Bowser himself is actually quite simple. You just throw these up in the air with acceptable timing, which is not what I did there. That was unacceptable timing. You whack him twice, and then he's done. Although, you have to whack him twice over 3 rounds. So that was round 1. Get rid of the Mecha Koopa, he's not necessary. And in between each round, Peach will show up in a super pixelated manner, become Betty Spaghetti, and throw you a mushroom. So there's always that to look forward to. So here she comes, Betty Spaghetti, aka Peach, throwing you a mushroom. Man, there's like no space down there. Where is Bowser hiding her? Anyway. Now in the second round, if you will, he drops bowling balls, which I always thought was kind of interesting because bowling seems to be a very, North American thing. I don't think of Japanese people bowling. Now correct me if I'm wrong, of course. Maybe they have excellent bowling teams and I'm just unaware. But bowling just seems to me to be a very, North American pastime. So, that always struck me as kind of odd. I don't know why he throws bowling balls at you. But there you have it, round 2. So now we just have the one last round to go. And again, Peach, aka Betty Spaghetti, throws a mushroom at you. Off you go. I'm dodging the little flame thingies as well, which is relatively easy to do, I would say. So, yep, here she is, mushroom in tow, and we're at the final round of Bowser. So now he's ticked off. Thing looks a little less like a Pokemon, more like a nightmare. And I can't remember for the life of me. Oh, yes, here's where I screw up. And it's a bad screw up, too. It's really stupid. Watch. That's rough. That hurts me right here. On the plus side, that's Bowser. We just beat the game, guys. How exciting is that? So here comes Peach, who's 3 feet taller than Mario, because he's small Mario right now. She gives him a kiss on the nose. Oh, how sweet. Mario's adventure is over. Mario, the princess, Yoshi and his friends are going to take a vacation. That sounds nice. I mean, they're already on Dinosaur Island, though. Like, where are you going to go vacation that's going to beat Dinosaur Island? Maybe it's a staycation. I don't know. Clearly I'm getting tired. I'm just talking for the sake of it. Got some nice fireworks animations, and of course the primary, the heart. Because I don't really know. No real indication is given of Peach and Mario's relationship. I mean, theoretically they're in love, but nothing ever happens. There's no, like, bride Peach thing outside of a fan fiction that I'm unaware of. So now we move on to the credits, and normally I would just skip through the credits and I would end the video here, but there's actually a fun little thing at the end after all the names, so we'll keep going so that we can show you that. There's also, if you read through all the names in the credits, it's quite funny. You'll notice they're all very, very Japanese names. Shigehiro, Kasamatsu, Tatsunori Takakura, Tatsuo Nishiyama. Like, these are very, very Japanese names. But then at one point, there's this one name that isn't Japanese. Everything's Japanese except for this one name. And here it's in this special thanks too. So, Yuichi Kotabe, Yasuhiro Sakai, Mie Yoshimura, Hironobu Kakui, Keizo Kato, Takao Shimizu, Dave Brooks. It's just like, what did Dave Brooks do? What was his... I'm really curious what Dave Brooks's role was in this thing, because everybody else is Japanese except for him. Like, was he an intern from America? Was he an exchange student? Like, what did Dave Brooks do? I'm really curious. If anyone has an answer to that, seriously, comment below. I'm genuinely curious. So then we get this little end scene with all the Yoshis happy that their eggs are brought back. And Mario looks like he's busting out of those overalls. He looks huge. And you get to see all the little baby Yoshis. Yay, so cute. And they say thank you for saving them, which is sweet. So this is what I wanted to show you guys at the end. It shows you what all the different names of all the different things that you fought over the course of the game are. And this will change depending on whether you got the special section of Star Road done or not. So we're getting the extra special ending, because normally that would be a bullet bill, not a Pidgeot bill, for example. So you can see all the different changes that happened. Mega Mole, Bonsai Bill, Rex. It's a nice little review of the game, I guess. I always liked it. The masked Koopas disguised as Mario. That's kind of a funny little touch. Spike Top Blarg. Blarg has the best name. I mean, who wouldn't want a monster called Blarg? And then all these. Interesting fact, Torpedo Ted, as far as I know, is only found in Soda River. So he's a secret. There, you can go through the whole game never seeing Torpedo Ted. And Dry Bones. Dry bones, dry bones, dry bones can dance. Someone must have already done that at some point. There must be a GIF or a GIF or whatever you want to call it. Ball and Chain. Chuck always jokes that that's me when we get to the Ball and Chain section of the credits. Reznor, Old Faithful. Gotta love Reznor. And Mecha Koopas, which are only in Bowser's Castle, which is kind of interesting too. And all the bosses. Wendy looking especially rough. And the end.